This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons like Chris, Sarnai Hema, Metalligo Phaleon, Jojo Chaos, Ariel, CeeLo Redwind, Reinhard Shikara, Courtney, Dimos, Sprocket, Christoph Haas, Centra, Casey Schaefer, Scry De La Rosa, Bobby Forbidge, and Omega Cat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 82. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I am joined today by Spot, Rolodez, and Mela Vanadar.
Hello.
Yo.
Welcome, everyone, to yet another amazing episode of your favorite professional podcast, Speakers of Eidolon.
Extremely professional.
Our top stories today, Eureka and Hildebrand Details has been released. We have a date. Ungarmax Exploit gets patched. And Little Ladies Day is upon us. And the story's kind of weird. It's different. Oh. No voice.
Okay.
I was waiting for a voice. Hold on. Thank you. Was that a rare beast?
It was.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was.
Thank you very much. I love you. Okay. Also make sure you stay tuned for the post show because we're doing the lore segment, and today it's Gridania. So we're gonna dive into the world of Gridania.
I get to talk about Duskwights.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
So
He's so excited. We finally let him.
So do make sure you catch that as well. And some channel updates. There's no Secrets of a Realm. There was just no way I'm gonna finish that in time. It's coming soon. TM. But Roar was released on Thursday, so you have that to watch if you haven't watched it already.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice.
And in a quick news update, Naoki Yoshida joins the Square Enix board of directors. So
It's not a quick update. That's massive.
He's a big boy.
That means he can, actually direct funds properly. Have a real say in things. This could
That's
be
actually
big.
true, yeah.
This could be a big thing.
Potentially, yeah. We'll see.
I'm pretty happy for him. Cool guy.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
interested to see if it'll have an effect or not.
Yeah.
I
for
assume
sure.
it will.
It's more advisory. So.
It is more advisory, but regardless, I'm
He's
happy to
still
see that.
part of the board.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad to see that he's being recognized for like all of the amazing work he's done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like for
Definitely
real.
deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Like, not to kiss his ass, like everyone always does, but he did save their franchise, their biggest
Yeah.
franchise, from failing. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't
probably
worry.
deserved spot.
He's not going to leave the 14 team. It's not. It's,
No, absolutely
it's,
not.
It's
No,
more
no,
like
no, no.
the whole reason he's there is because he's in an active, like, isn't it like in an
Right.
effort to make sure that Square Enix stays on top of the game, so they
Correct.
like have
Yeah.
people from the ground like work.
It's
yeah.
it's so they actually focus on making games and don't repeat them from 10 years ago when
Is
they
this-
started just not focusing on
Yeah.
games and trying to be like a company first, which makes sense. But that doesn't make sense if you're only releasing garbage games that nobody wants to play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is this not even? I think maybe the board of directors thing is direct result of the 1.0 disaster. That's 7 years ago. That seems like it could
Yeah,
be.
probably, and it would have been around 13 and everything like that as well.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Some other
Dark
interesting
days.
guys on that team
dark
too. I
days.
think they had like the producer from Nier Automata, not Yoko Taro, but
No, yeah.
just I think it was director or producer, something like that.
Yeah.
I believe like people like Nomura have been on there or are still on there at one point and stuff like that as well, right?
Mhm.
Tabata's probably on there as well, I would assume.
Yeah.
I assume all the big game heads.
Yeah.
The people who made the games that are actually good.
Right.
Actually get on them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could debate some of those, but
Yeah. Let's just jump. Do we want to say? Has anyone done anything special in 14 this week?
well, I cleared 07S, which is nice.
Hooray!
Did get to Kefka, just regular Kefka in Rage
Mhm.
on our first day in. So Kefka progression is fast.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can have maybe God Kefka down within a couple weeks.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's hope.
I tried. You go first, Malin.
I've capped tombstones of mendacity.
Let's just point this out. This is a big deal for Mela because Mela did not cap tomes at all during 4.1.
I've capped mendacity every week so far, guys.
What?
That's
I know.
Oh my god.
What are you gonna? What for?
Yeah, well,
It's like I'm actually asking.
poor Mela. Don't be mean.
Well,
He likes the gear.
He likes
it's
the gear.
cool.
It's for
Yeah.
the glamour, Yaz.
Yeah.
I
love that.
I finally finished Ixal. I'm done with
Yo,
Ixal.
what? Were you leveling crafters?
No, I just wanted to get it out and done.
All right.
So I'm done with all the Realm Reborn primals and the Heavensward ones now. So it's over. It's over. I no
The
longer
Beast
need
Tribes,
to
you
hear
mean?
the Beast Tribes.
You
Sorry.
did it?
Yeah.
I'm proud.
Well,
Thank
then-
you. Rollo.
Yeah, I finally got both my characters to eye level 350. So and I started raiding on my main character on 05 Savage.
Mm-hmm.
On pubs, of course, because I don't have a static.
No.
And it's miserable.
How long? How many parties? It's like, hey, this is going great. Oh, knockback. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Every-
assuming that's most pugs, right?
yeah, and then there's tank swaps don't happen.
I mean, you can get away with not tank swapping if you're careful, but
yeah, but then
again,
there's like,
not a pug thing. Not a pug thing.
but then there's like, oh, who's picking up the ads? I don't know. Says both the tanks. When
Oh,
both
no.
the ads have killed like the majority of the party.
Oh no.
And it's just-
pugs.
Oh,
When main
oh.
tanking isn't even a concept. They're like, what's a main tank? I don't know.
I'm gonna soldier through it. If you see me raiding on Aether, please pray for me, and I'm doing my best.
Mm.
I'll carry you through when I'm done. How about that?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I also joined. This is so weird. I joined Rollo's Hunt Link shell on my server.
They're really active.
Yeah.
Finally. And we need to get you in there, Mala. Literally,
yeah.
it is surreal. It is the most it's like they have 2 hunts per fucking minute in that
Wow.
link shell. It's crazy.
The guy invited me to another link shell too when I invited.
Yeah, another
Lukio.
hunt link shell. You're fucking loaded with. Why?
I'm a power player,
You're deep
dude.
into Ragnarok now. You're deeper than I've ever been.
Yeah, apparently, like it's Rollo's server now.
It
He's
is.
like,
Yeah.
He's
I
come
decorated
back-
my room.
you come back, he's on a throne in the middle of Limsa, like, bitch, get me some grapes. Get me grapes.
yeah, dude.
Oh,
I
I'm
looked
the
at his
one
room.
doing
His room is like fully furnished with expensive furniture. It's crazy.
Wow.
And I can't even level warrior on my alt, dude.
Yeah, the American invasion. It's happened.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's complete.
We need to get him banned or something.
Yeah.
Do it. It would be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Report me as a guild seller.
Yeah.
Just be like, look what he said in chat. They'd be like, oh god. I would get banned right after, but still, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into the news then. Little Ladies Day. We'll start with that.
Okay.
Let's talk about the emotes because that's the lightest, easiest thing to talk about. They're persistent.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
More persistent emotes, please.
Is it though?
More. I'm literally AFKing on the balcony of my mansion, waving with my glow stick. It's the perfect emote. Let's be real.
It was made just for him.
Yeah. And I thought the glow sticks they did call them Magitech sticks, didn't they?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
Magitech.
So that's how they solved that. So that's that.
I mean, it was
lore got
very
killed.
brief though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Slap
Oh, yeah,
the
Magitech.
Magitech on it. Now it's lore friendly. What do you think about the glow sticks, Yas? Looks like you enjoy them.
Come on,
You
Yas,
do the
be on
event?
my side.
I did the event. Of course I did the
Okay,
event. I mean,
okay.
I did the event a lot because I needed to get all the items and the
Mhm,
songs, and I
mhm.
needed to get extra of the stupid doll things because I know they're going to be used for awesome stairs later.
Oh yes.
mm.
Come on,
I
Yas.
hate them.
Yeah.
Really?
I fucking hate them, dude.
They're here to stay.
Oh, I know they're here to stay.
You have
I'm
to live
fully
with them.
aware they're here to stay.
No fun yet.
I thought I hated the Halloween events. Fucking shout chat.
Ooh. Grrr.
It was
Oh, shit. Ooh.
Yeah.
no, this this was the most I've ever hit. I've never just turned off shout chat before. I'll usually just like go to a different tab. I was like, I don't even want this in any of my tabs. I'm deleting it from the game for a little while. So I just deleted shout chat for like, I don't know, an hour or two while I had to grind out the event.
Yeah.
Just pretended like nothing was real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't you like it when people cheer for you though? They wave their glow sticks. Just
No one cheers for me.
I'll cheer for you next time I see you. Again.
Wow.
Oh, I love them. But let's talk about the fate then. We'll touch on the story later, but let's just do the whole event.
Oh, the fate was complicated.
So complicated.
No, but it was different. It was kind of what we talked about in the previous episode.
Yeah,
where they had
it
a
was.
car.
I was right.
Yeah.
My joke suggestion was right.
You
and
actually-
it actually happened.
Yeah.
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 They actually played a concert with like a new song just
Mhm.
for this. I was like, oh, wouldn't that be cool?
Okay. Apparently that song is from a different game.
Is it?
What?
Yeah, it's from a DS horror game that Soken made the music for.
Oh,
It's not from
really?
Final Fantasy. Yeah, for
Oh,
real. Yeah.
A
I don't
horror
I
game?
yeah, it's from a 3DS horror game apparently.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I
random.
saw that before I shut off Shout Chat. And somebody linked videos and stuff, and yeah, it's the same song.
Wow.
Oh, I mean,
So
That's
it's
pretty
not
cool.
a Final Fantasy song, believe it or not.
Huh.
what is it? Tormentum or something like that? It's like
It's-
the only
I-
3DS horror game I even know,
I
aside
don't
from like the
know.
Resident Evil.
That's cool. Explains kind of why they put it there, because I would assume it would take a lot of time to like make a new
like-
track. What?
Like how I said that, and I was like, don't know what game it's from. I don't know.
Yeah, I have nothing more to add.
music. Like it's such a bullshit thing I brought. It is true. I saw a video.
Okay, you saw a video. Okay.
You know what? It might be a Japanese only horror game, so that might be why.
It's very.
Sure.
It could also be that kid. Yep, that's very
Mhm,
likely.
mhm.
But, I mean, it was an alright fate. Got to cheer on Narumi. Best girl.
Which one was that?
The Aura.
Oh
the
god,
other
no.
one.
Oh god.
And then obviously Masha's like second, the cat.
I cheered for
And
Cat because it's the lesser of all evils.
anyone
The
cheering for
macaroni.
Lalafell, obviously, you know.
Macaroni.
Yeah.
I think they're all cute in their
Her
own
last
special
name
way.
is like macaroni or whatever.
Like
Wait, it's
Masha,
not
Masha
even.
macaroni.
Yeah.
It's not even like.
Mashed macaroni.
Mashed macaroni.
macaroni.
It's not even like a Mikote name. I don't think.
Yeah, it's Macarak. It's Nashu's sister, isn't it?
Nashu, is it Nashu's
Is
sister?
that how?
Or related to Nashu. in some
Related,
way.
yeah, the same tribe or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last
But I-
name, just
but-
same last name.
I thought the tribe name was, or is that on males?
The tribe name is the M.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Okay.
The rest is their last name,
Okay. I always thought that had been an apostrophe or something in front of it, but I
or
guess
their
not.
just name, not even last name.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
But the potato lady.
Yeah, no one wants.
She. Oh wow, that was depressing. Like really sad, actually. Like, you know,
Honestly,
you'd see all like the like all the
Yeah.
shiny.
Yeah.
It was like all three would pop up at the same time. It'd be like blue, yellow. Oh, one red.
There's like
It's
one-
oh,
the
That's the
same
thing that
one.
you
That's
have
one
to
more
cheer
name
for
on the
sometimes.
register.
You have to, because like you get bonus for
Well-
like they'll tell you at the start is like, we want you to cheer for this one today.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
didn't
then-
care. It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, I don't even care.
Yeah, I just went on blue every time and then spammed
Yellow
it,
every
and
time.
I got two every single.
Do you see that sometimes you would get the aggro list? Is that like supposed to be like senpai them noticing you? Like
Yeah.
I think that's why they put
Well,
it there. Like,
the
oh yeah,
aggro
she
list?
noticed you. Huh?
Because
Yeah.
if it's on red for longer,
It-
I think
it
it means
would
you've
pop
you've
up
satisfied
the
more
name.
conditions.
Every now
I
and
don't
then.
think so. I think that just means that you would hit her like a first, like one of the
No.
first people to hit her.
But
That's just-
if you
Yeah, but
use the
sometimes
wrong
you don't get
emote
it.
on the wrong color on the wrong girl, it would only it would say green,
Yeah.
like you've not got aggro. But if you use the same color on the same girl, it'll stay red for longer.
I mean, I was
Otherwise, They
spamming.
wouldn't make it about. They wouldn't have made it trigger at all.
I assume
Hmm.
that that's needed to count contribution.
Yes, because the way that works, it's like you have to generate the most enmity. Not the most, but you have to generate like enmity with the skills.
I think that's just how the fate works.
But I thought maybe that was the thing.
Gives you credit.
It's like now you have aggro. She sees you.
I like the idea, Lukiel, but I don't.
Let me build some lore.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay, let's talk about. Speaking of lore, let's talk about lore then. Let's talk about the story. There were 2 stories. In this, there's the regular.
I skipped the first one.
Ooh, really?
Wow.
So you missed out on the ominous part.
No, I did the second half of the quest. I didn't skip the second half.
No,
I skipped the songbirds part of the quest.
Well, that one has an ominous ending.
Oh, yeah, I skipped that completely.
So, okay. So for the quest itself, the spoilers, by the way, if you still haven't done this quest, you should have done
do it right now.
Go do it right now. You don't have time because spoilers are happening right now. Well, it starts off with like, they're gonna perform, blah blah, and then they perform, and that's that. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the end where the Aura sort of walks over, and she says it's probably the last time you'll see her.
Yeah, like this says, "Oh, this is probably the last time we meet," or something like that.
Yeah,
it's very ominous, and she just says, "Just kidding, bye."
Like she's got some sort of disease.
What are you laughing at? Okay. So she's they're either breaking up, or it has to be that, right? Because the first I was like, are you fucking? Is she dying?
She might be dying.
She's got a terminal illness.
Yeah, she might be dying. She might have like scale rot.
But I kind of got. I kind of felt like the Songbird story arc is ending now.
Yeah, I mean they've been in it for so long now. They were cool and all.
It's been like 3 years now, right?
Yeah,
it's not even like, it's not even Little Ladies Day really anymore.
What do you mean that's not long?
That's 3 years.
That's 3 times.
That's most of the game.
Well, I mean,
it's not on every day, Mala. It's 3 times. It's been on.
It's like
it's not been going on for 3 years. Yeah, because we talked about it in the previous episode, like how they introduced the Songbirds to spice up the Little Ladies Day event, and now it seems like
it is.
Call. Yeah, it's literally
the ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, is it okay? Is that fine? Do we? Is that sad to see them disappear from the Ladies' Day?
Obviously, I didn't enjoy the storylines of them very much.
No,
considering that by the 3rd year I'm skipping them.
Yeah,
I'm obviously happy with something different.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
I mean, I've enjoyed watching them grow. Like they started off as being, they didn't like each other, they didn't want to do it, and now, they've blossomed.
Yeah, they have.
They've grown up so much.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fun. I really like them. I think they're fun. Like I know it's kind of like a Japanese thing to have idols. Like it doesn't really translate too well to, I guess, Western culture. But it was fun. And if they go, I guess I understand. But I hope they don't go back to what it was before, because that was. If you don't like Little Ladies' Day now, it used to be even more boring.
Well, see, the thing is, Rolo, is you're wrong, because cherry trees, and you could be rich right now. So
the best
event
hate
ever
myself that I didn't buy more.
Everyone does, Lukiel. Everyone does.
I think that's the one regret I have is quitting the game.
Yeah.
Just so I couldn't get like 99
any amount of cherry trees you bought is still not enough cherry trees, because the more you bought, the richer you are.
Oh, it's so annoying. I remember, and the worst thing is that I still have the memory where I made the decision to not do it anymore and just do something else. Because I already have a cherry tree. You know what the worst part is? I fucking discarded that fucking tree. I discarded it. Yeah.
Wow, what the fuck?
I at least got 4.
That's not enough.
But I placed them all, and you can't sell them now, so...
Yeah.
Once you place them, you can't sell them.
Yeah.
But they're like 100 million on Cactuar, I think, right now.
Only like 20 mil on Ragnarok.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
There's like 2 on Cactuar up for sale right now. So.
Okay, to be honest,
go ahead.
Just the fact that they make everything now untradeable and Mog Station now kind of annoys me, because I sometimes stock up on because I've seen it in the past. I'm like, maybe this time I'll be able to. No.
I mean, you'll see if it's tradable or not around the item. So
Right,
Yeah, I
but
know,
most
but
of them,
still.
all of them aren't now. Like,
yeah,
It's
you can't trade
depressing.
the doll display or anything like that.
I have a dream that one day they'll lift it. They'll lift it. No. The reason, by the way, why I didn't just look at the tree and like, blah, I'll throw it away. It was when we were moving house the first time, which makes it even sadder. But yeah, it was already placed, so I couldn't sell it anyway.
yeah. I should say, it was kind of, if you're doing the event for the first time this year, it's a bit strange because, obviously you haven't done the event before and they'll introduce themselves to you.
Oh, yeah.
But then the aura just drops that really ominous thing all of a sudden too. It's like, they're like, hi, it's nice to meet you. I don't think we'll ever meet again.
It's kind of jarring. So that's, yeah. Okay, so that's the first half. And then the second half is where it gets dark.
Yeah.
I thought it was really nice.
It's nice, but you can't deny that it's dark.
No, it's pretty dark. Sorry.
It felt like a Dark Knight quest line.
Yeah, I kind of did. And then, yeah, you meet this little girl. You're sent out to. I can't remember how it started, but
She's just the songbirds had seen her hanging around. And they were a bit concerned about her, so they send you to have a look for her.
Like, one of the NPCs though kind of spoils it like right away.
Which one?
I don't know. One of the pieces is like, oh, was she a ghost or something?
Oh yeah, there's
like one of them says that, and it's like, but yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of ruined that like right away.
Yeah.
Thanks, guy.
I don't understand why he did that. It's like, yeah, what a creepy little ghost lady.
I bet she's dead.
Ooh, creepy.
But yeah, she's looking for some jewelry. Her mother's jewelry.
Guys, she's gonna take over Narumi's spot when she dies of cancer. Or whatever.
No!
Oh no!
She's gonna. Yeah.
The ghost idol. What's happening?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love it. That's a great storyline. That's a good storyline.
It just plays horrible, haunting music.
We can merge Little Ladies Day and Halloween.
What?
Sounds awesome.
What's happening?
The bridge we always needed.
Yeah. Anyway, the quest. She then gives you like a picture, like a drawing that she made.
This quest was cool.
I already knew where it was because I'm a nerd. I already knew.
Same. I was like,
yeah,
dude,
like
I didn't even have to look.
Yeah.
I didn't have to look. I saw the picture was like Sultan Tree.
Yeah.
Like I knew because I just knew it was gonna be the Sultan Tree before it even happened.
I recognized.
I was like,
I recognized the gate.
I didn't even recognize the gate.
Oh.
I was just like, I know that if they're gonna make me look for something, the only place in Central Thanalan it will ever be will be the Sultan Tree.
Yeah.
So I just went right to the Sultan Tree and found it.
I saw some nice spicy meme pictures of people like this is gonna be easy, and then there's like a dust storm in Central Thanalan where
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
hilarious. No.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty creative though. I liked it.
I like that, and you get the warning that you only got from remember the quest line in near Horizon, where you had to like follow some riddles and the journal wouldn't help you.
Oh, love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
great.
need more quests like that.
Yeah.
At the time, I hated it because I wasn't paying attention to the story, and I was like, "What the fuck? They're making me pay
Dude,
attention."
that was fucking hard, and it was hard to like even find help online because the quest would change. Like it was different. So
For each person,
yeah.
I think there was like 10 possibilities or something.
Yeah.
So eventually, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It was hard. I would like more like that.
I'm not saying that this one is the same, but it gave you the same warning that you won't get.
They did that in Kugane as well, right? Where that quest where they're like, "Hey, go find these 3 locations based on the pictures."
Oh yeah.
There isn't even a thing on the ground. There isn't even like a marker like there was in this quest. I think it was a good idea they put the marker for this quest because it's limited time and it's. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but there were markers on the ground that weren't the actual markers. Like some of them said that there's nothing here, so they put out false ones too.
Oh, I only ever touched the 2.
Yeah, I only touched the 2
because I ran straight to the Sagola Gate, and there is one right by the Sagola Gate, and that one.
Oh, which makes sense. Yeah, because people would go there. Yeah.
I just was more concerned about the rock in the pictures. I was like, "Where's this rock?"
Yeah, I thought, I was looking.
A lot of rocks in Central Thanalan.
There are quite a lot.
It took me a little while.
And then you find them, and it says like they're old and rusty, and that's
and this is when you're like, "Ooh, what's going on here?"
You found a rusty rock.
She's probably a ghost or something.
And surprise, she's a ghost, and.
Well, no, you go back to her, and
we
you
go
give
back
her,
to her. You give it to her,
and you don't know she's a ghost.
You don't know. Okay, we still don't know she's a ghost. And then she's
I
like,
guess.
give this to this and this dude.
Yeah.
And you're like, you present yourself as her royal seneschal, I guess. Or
Oh, it was
whatever.
so cute.
Yeah,
Aw.
and then,
That was a really nice cutscene.
That was a nice.
I like that.
I like one thing I have to say. I like the way our characters emoted in there. It was
Yeah.
just the like there were actual face. Like they tried to like make you look more human for once.
Ray
Yeah.
of Light learnt more. He's like just.
Yeah.
Is that him? Like, is that the equivalent of him learning another word?
Yeah.
Like he's finally like he's like
yeah.
oh my god, I can look surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, and they even smiled. Like, yeah, it was.
Wow.
And you made this little girl feel happy, like a princess.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Aw.
sweet.
The kneeling was pretty cute.
Yeah.
I felt a little disturbed, but it was cute.
Yeah.
Well, you would, because I've seen your character, Yas.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, little.
Exactly. Male is
Ding
male
dong,
is
she's
exactly.
You're my
dead.
princess.
Ding dong,
What?
she's dead.
No.
You have to shut up when you hear the ding. Just Lakil forgot to turn off the sounds.
Thanks, Adam.
Don't
Look at it.
acknowledge the
Oh my god,
fucking jar.
Lakil. Oh, I thought you were yelling at me for saying thank you. I was like, you yell at me for saying thank
Don't
you.
say thank you.
Thank you. Who was it, Adam?
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
And also thank you for spoiling it before we got to it. She tells you to bring the earrings and whatever, the jewelry, to a dude
To some guy.
in like the little village north, or is it east of Horizon?
It's that little fishing village to
Yeah.
the west of Horizon.
West of
You go,
Horizon, yeah.
you know, that little ruin area that we once ran around
Mm.
looking for clues.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the road to the castrum.
Yes.
To the best trial in the game.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
So you deliver it to
Cape
him, and he's like,
Westwind.
"Could it be? Could it be?" And it turns out it's his what
His
is it?
aunt.
His aunt. Yeah.
His aunt,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Who was a couple years older than him, I believe he said.
Yes. And she was abducted and killed.
Some dark
Yeah.
implications.
I was pretty surprised.
Yeah.
And they don't even dance around the fact they're like, yeah, they sell them into slave trade to be like prostitutes. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this game just actually went there.
They dropped that bomb.
They don't usually go there.
I'll say rape is a common theme in FF14.
Mhm.
Kind of
Yeah.
is.
It,
And
like-
Well,
lately,
But
lately
then
anyways.
It is set
They
in
don't handle it in a bad way, though. They,
Yeah, it's not bad. I think they do it pretty well, actually.
Also,
Yeah.
it's set in a world where like it's kind of like medieval-ish in nature,
Mhm.
and we all know those.
Yeah,
Being a
yeah.
woman
Yeah.
back then was not a fun time, so
Mhm.
yeah, that's why they brought that up there, and that's what Little Ladies Day. Isn't Little Ladies Day like supposed to like
It's
highlight
about, like,
women?
It's about like kind of their innocence, I guess,
Mhm.
something like that.
I
Like
can
usually for like girls 10 and under, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I think I want, just to pad out time because I'm good at padding out time, but, to read you the actual story behind Little Ladies Day, because it's actually very interesting. It's one of the few holidays in Eorzea that's not from Ishgard. It's very good. I'll read it. Let's play some music behind it too to make it even better. Can I play the Little Ladies Day theme at the? Let's see if I can do this on the fly. I'm just doing this on the fly now. You know how good I am at this.
Also, how do you pronounce that word? I couldn't figure it out.
Seneschal.
Seneschals? Okay.
Seneschal. I actually checked it in Google Translate.
And also, like chat was pointing out before, not only did they abduct her, sell her into slavery, and kill
Oh,
her,
yeah.
but they never found
They
her
never-
remains. The
that's
family never found her remains. So this was like a really poignant, lovely moment for him to finally have some sort of closure on the
Yeah.
matter.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think now that the songbirds are over, are we gonna get more of those stories in the Little Ladies Day?
I wouldn't want it to be the dark holiday
gonna be that
about
one
little
dark one.
girls. That would be a bit too much.
You never know. It'll be all right.
But I am fine with totally highlighting like dark stories like this if they want to do more like that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so here goes.
Wee.
Oh, the music actually fits with this story. 3 centuries past, the city-state of Uldar was ruled by an iron-fisted sultan by the name of Baldric Thorn, nice name, a man feared across the region for his quick temper and his even swifter justice. Perhaps as punishment for his compassionless ways, the 12 saw fit to bless the Sultan with but a single daughter, Edvia, whom the Sultan loved more than the sun and the moons. And it was this love that drove Baldric to take measures that would ensure no harm ever befell the princess, including her confinement to the royal palace and the assignment of a retinue of over 50 handmaidens and seneschals. As the princess grew older, however, a longing to explore the unknown land that lay beyond the palace walls tugged at her soul, until one day, in a devilish display of wit, she switched clothes with a miller girl, come to the palace with her mother,
her muta,
to deliver flour to the kitchens. Once her name, Edvia, had exchanged her beautiful gown and tiara for the soiled rags of a commoner, it proved little trouble to pass unnoticed through her legion of servants and slip out into the city for a day of wicked fun. It did not take long for the palace to realize something was afoot, and upon discovering that his only daughter was missing, the Sultan, overcome with rage, immediately ordered the Sultanate's entire standing army to scour the city until they had found the princess. As for the royal impostor, thinking that Edvia may have been kidnapped by the girl's mother, the Sultan ordered the miller's house torn apart, her family arrested, tortured, and thrown into the royal oubliette. Is that what it's called? Oubliette. As luck would have it, the princess had not wandered far from the palace and was discovered in a nearby market by her father's men. Once back in the safety of the palace, Edvia revealed the whole ruse to her father, explaining that she had conjured it on her own and begged that he show mercy to the miller's family. Upon realizing that the atrocities committed to the miller girl and her family were without warrant, he had the family released from the oubliette? Adam, thank you. And
oh my god.
To the royal audience chamber. Here, not... Sorry, the music stopped. I need to read. Where was I?
Ah, look at them go.
He had the families released from the oubliette? No, what was it?
Oubliette.
Oubliette and summoned to the royal audience chamber. Here, not only did he personally apologize to the family and order the royal architects to design and build them a new home, but, in a move most unexpected, Baldric himself offered to serve as the daughter's seneschal for a full day, saying that no young woman, regardless of her standing, should be denied the respect due all citizens of the Sultanate, that all girls, common or noble, are ladies in their own right. Rumors of this unforeseen display of humility were quick to spread through Ul'dah and ultimately proved to be extremely well received amongst the small folk, who until then had perceived their leader as little more than a heartless despot. So well received were they, in fact, that the Sultan declared one day from each solar year on which he would select, via lots, a common girl from the city and serve as her personal seneschal, as he had done with the miller's daughter. There you have it.
What a
Can
happy...
we just acknowledge the fact that he's called Baldric, like from Blackadder?
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah.
What a guy.
Confirmed. So that's the story. The story behind the holiday.
So it's nice. So she crept out trying to, have fun, see her people.
Yeah.
And she ended up getting some millers imprisoned.
Yeah. And literally destroying their home. And then he made it better. Then he made up for it. They probably got an amazing new house though. Like the royal architect drew them a new house. Yeah. So yeah.
But oubliettes are like those horrible ones where you just throw them down in a hole in the ground and they never come out.
Yeah, they did come out.
Horrible.
They did come out though. He did get them out.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. Twist. Sure they just built the house on top of it. See if you can climb up to your new house. Just putting lots of food on the table so the food would waft down into the hole.
Oh my god, you are a horrible person.
You should be glad I'm not a sultan. Okay.
Loving the Blackadder references, guys. Thanks.
That's Little Lady's Day. How do we feel about the event, overall? Is it a good event? Oh, by the way, before we do that, someone asked yesterday if we had Little Ladies Day in 1.0. Yes, we did. We did. I have confirmed now that we did. But in the first year of 1.0, every single, I think at least until a certain, maybe midway through 2011, all the fucking events just involved you ringing the bell, like the season bell, and that was the event. And the first Little
Fun.
Ladies Day, you got like a pot of flour and a peach branch,
Wow.
and they're just crafting mats, I think.
You got crafting mats for the seasonal holiday. What the
You
fuck?
get a branch and some flour. Happy Little Ladies Day. I don't think there was any lore to that at all. The lore came the second year, so yeah.
It's 50 iron ore. Enjoy.
Yeah. So how do how do we feel about the event then? Was it well made?
I really like the story side of it because they expanded on it after the main bit, so it felt a bit more fleshed out.
Mhm.
I think
The fate was, it was all right.
I
like
think
the
it's well made in terms of like originality.
Yeah.
I think like they did some cool, interesting new things with it. For sure. Like the Fate, while I didn't enjoy doing it a bunch of times. I enjoyed it maybe the first couple times.
Mhm.
After doing it a bunch, it was really cool. It was really, really fun. And at least interesting.
Mhm.
The event in the whole, though. I mean, a Little Ladies Day just doesn't really do it for me. So
Yeah,
But I
I
can-
sort of agree with you.
I see the value that other people could get out of it, I guess, and I
Mhm.
think it's fine.
I think I'd rather have an event than no event at this point in the
That's
year,
true.
though. So
Right.
it's nice
Exactly
to just
right.
have something, right?
Mhm.
Mhm. We should get a St. Patrick's Day instead.
Yes.
I would prefer that a million times.
That's just like an American
But,
thing, though, isn't
yeah.
it? Like, no
With-
one else
with-
does.
Well,
With fairness to that, though, there aren't that many events that take place in Limsa, and that one would fit.
that's true.
True. That'd be
Fair point.
great.
Yeah.
And like, dude, how sweet would that be if like they get rid of the songbirds and they're like, here's an Irish punk band instead. Beat the
Yeah.
shit out of each other.
And then they color
Just 4 Rogadins.
they color like
Hell yes, dude. Oh my god.
then they color the Rotano Sea green, like the entire sea around.
Yeah.
Linz is just
Oh.
green.
Luke Heel. See, this is the best
Seems
event ever.
terrible
Can we
for
just
the
have this? Can we have
environment.
this?
They don't care about the environment
cares?
in Eorzea. Okay.
What is this shit in rivers? I didn't care.
I thought the event was really good this year. Ever since the Songbirds came, I think the Little Ladies Day event has been really fun, and I think the idle stuff is fun. The event, like the actual Fate event, I thought it was pretty good. It was really short. You don't have to do too much. And it's just quick and like it has a little bit of flavor. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and and side quest was cool too. Though I do think it was kind of weird that they do the really ominous thing with the songbirds, and then that's kind of it. I thought that was going to be like a second quest or something,
Yeah.
or it was going to lead somewhere, but
Yeah,
I,
they left us
maybe
out.
next year.
I will say I love the way I don't really like little per se, but I do like the way it makes the cities look.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's actually one of my more favorite, just because it's more subtle than a lot of the other events.
Mhm.
You know, like Christmas, they're like putting snowmen everywhere. This
Yeah.
one, they're
Yeah.
just like here's some flowers,
Yeah.
putting them around. They're like like it's very subtle and nice. So
Mhm.
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. There's apparently a cherry tree in Ul'dah.
It's big.
But they're double. They're like two, and they're like an inch apart, and their animation is slightly off. So their leaves are like.
Oh,
You should
no,
go
I didn't see
check
that
that
one.
out wherever it is.
I didn't see that one. I
You'll
saw
get a headache
one
if you
in-
look at that shit.
The one in Mist is massive. If you go down to the
haven't seen
beach
that.
at Mist, it's huge. There's one right in the middle. It's gigantic.
What
It's great.
about a Ishgard event?
I fully agree with that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
What is
War
that?
Torn Ishgard. You gotta
They
nice
don't celebrate
decorations
anything in
everywhere.
Ishgard.
Yeah, what's it?
They don't know what
Ishgard?
that is.
They don't know what holidays are.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think they've ever came up with anything.
No, they've
good.
never come up with a single event, so
Hmm.
gonna steal from us, huh? Okay, let's move on to the Ungarmax Exploit scandal. This is weird because I believe, at least Yas and I both remember talking about this a long time ago.
Like 2 or 3 weeks after Squadrons came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we said it on air. So
I don't know. Like maybe somebody could, but I had a story right after, and I know I at least mentioned this maybe on my personal streams or something, but I talked to people about this.
Mhm.
That I was in a Ravenaster run again, like 2 weeks after Squadrons came out, and somebody used Ungarmax,
Mhm.
and nobody in my group really said anything. It kind of just like went, like nobody really talked about it all that much. I kind of thought it maybe had gotten fixed, or that it wasn't like a replicatable glitch. Maybe was something that I also thought like it was more of a hack than I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I had no idea it was as simple as typing /AC Ungarmax.
No, yeah.
That's for damn sure.
Mhm.
It's very easy to do.
Very easy.
I think,
Is that all you do?
yeah,
That's all you did. Yes, that's all you had to do.
That's important because we're gonna get to that.
It's past.
Yeah, we're getting to it. But that's I think the reason why none of us really talked. Because if we had known this, we would have fucking covered this in every episode. We would have talked about this like still not patched. But I thought you had to like hack the client or whatever to do that. So that's why
It's
I thought.
so crazy to me to think that.
So let me just explain
2
it.
raid tiers.
Okay,
and ultimate.
Yeah, let's just explain it to the people who don't know. So, basically, Ungarmax is a limit break that you can use when you're doing adventure squadron missions with your squadron. Well, that was a fucked up sentence. That's basically the limit break. You do damage, and then you get a damage up buff, which buffs you with like 50%.
50%
Now, that's all well and good within like the bounds of the squadron missions, but apparently a slight oversight made it so that you could bind it, like you could issue a command to perform Ungarmax outside of the adventure squadron missions. And you can imagine having your entire party buffed 50% in damage gives you a slight advantage.
Watch the ninja pull 13k DPS.
Yeah.
Like what the
hell?
shit? What the shit?
Insanity.
It's like a third of an entire party.
Yeah. This was reported, I believe, even on the official forum several times.
Apparently, several people said they put in legit through the game bug reports as well.
Yeah. This was reported heavily, but nothing was done until. Was it a post? I keep getting conflicting information. Was it on Reddit first or the official forums where it all started? Does anyone here know? Because I keep reading that it was on Reddit first, but I also keep reading that it was on the official forums. But at least there was a video showing it. The video was what triggered it.
In my opinion, like with that, it was the Twitch video that really triggered it. Yeah.
Did it show how to do it?
It did.
Yes, and it also showed.
That's probably what it is then. Square Enix probably didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, they were like, okay, shit, it's out now. It's going to go viral. Because immediately after, every single player like who was remotely interested in 14 knew about the exploit. So people started using Ungarmax everywhere.
Even funnier is that the Twitch clip that it's being used in is like, it's kind of using two exploits at the same time. It's not really an exploit, but they're using like the limit break strategy for 6, where you get a limit break bar the instant the fight starts.
Yeah.
So they're like 3 seconds into the fight, they're like boom, boom, 50% damage up, like
did he
4 seconds into the fight.
So did he not also have a parser up? Because I believe that was on as well.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is that happened. The post was taken down, and then people started discussing it. A GM chimed in and said that they would rather you didn't spread the video because it contained additional information. And I believe it was the parser they were aiming at there. That he was using a parser on this.
Well, but that's
funny.
But see, that's fine though, because that's outside information, so they can't really. That's how parsing is made okay. Is because you're allowed to stream with a parser up. That's fine, because they're not allowed to use outside information to influence any bans.
Then the reply doesn't make any sense, because the command is already known. Everyone knew about the command. Right. It was in the post.
Yeah, I didn't get their thing either.
Yeah, because, I don't know. They hid the whole thing. You can't. I think the clip is still out there if you know who made the clip.
You're just kind of weird about that stuff, I guess.
Yeah, emergency maintenance followed immediately.
I want to give credit where credit is due. They fixed it very fast once they became aware of it.
They were aware of it long ago.
Well, okay, right,
but
I mean,
the
like,
weirdest part. Like, why didn't they report this? This is like one of the biggest exploits in the game. Like, I think I've ever seen. This,
in my opinion, it boils down to a different situation, and it's not the fact that, like, the Japanese devs weren't aware of it.
Why?
Because I don't think they were. I think the problem more lies in with the fact that wherever these bug reports are going, wherever these player reports are going, have not been answered for a long time. You know what I mean? Yeah. How many times have you reported people in PvP?
I'm with you on that one. Yes.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's not a problem. It's not a problem with the devs. It's a problem with their customer support.
Never said it was
some sort of communication issue.
nothing is being. It shows that it doesn't help. There's no point in reporting because it's not
But
going
that-
anywhere.
But that's what I'm saying is I think the devs deserve credit because when they were made aware of it, they were
Yeah.
they fixed it very fast.
Well,
Devs
to
deserve
me,
credit.
that to me shows that with better GMs, this game would be in an even better
are you
position.
sure it's the
Yeah.
GMs or like the system? It's because it feels
the
like
system itself.
Yeah.
The GM by GMs, I mean the whole customer support.
Mhm.
Yeah.
section
Yeah, we all
around-
know the customer
Yeah.
support is pretty.
Right, exactly.
Shit.
Square Enix notorious customer support.
Yeah.
And that extends to their GMs, in my opinion. I don't blame the GMs themselves because I'm sure they do not have the proper structure to report these things when
Yeah.
they should. So I don't blame them either. That being said, it shows that if the GMs were given more power to actually report bugs, maybe the game would get fixed faster and these problems wouldn't persist as long.
agree.
And
Because it is strange. Because if you look at it from the outside, they were not the devs were not made aware of it when people used like the direct line to GMs telling them this is happening,
Yeah.
and if someone posted on Reddit, instantly they know. Like,
Mhm.
how hard is it to make a communications platform that works? I mean,
they definitely need to copy Blizzard on this one.
yeah,
Not
Yeah.
just like in WoW or either, like in all their games, the report functions for bugs and cheaters and everything is amazing. You'll get like instant feedback too, like, okay, player reported, it went through, and they'll tell you, okay, action was taken. This player was banned, or this is what happened to the bug. Like,
in fact,
Yeah.
Square Enix does the exact opposite. They send you a message that says, "We will not tell you what happened."
yeah,
yeah,
like tell me what happens. I want to know.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's baffling their customer service and the fact that this went through several world first, really important races where it could have heavily been abused and we wouldn't technically know about
because
it.
they don't show their progression usually. Like, but I mean,
People, it would have
You
shown
see
up
that
in
in
logs,
logs.
sure, it would have shown up in logs, but
That doesn't
they
mean
could
they
have
to
still
upload
used
those
it.
logs.
Yeah, they don't have to report this on.
true.
This is massive,
It is.
and they knew about it,
Mhm.
and it took this long for communication to happen.
The
and then
GMs knew about it. Let's be because I
Yeah.
don't think the devs would
customer,
have
the
fixed this
customer
immediately.
support side
Yeah.
knew
Mhm.
about it, and I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what their infrastructure is like, but it's clearly poor
Yeah, it
That they
sounds like
don't
that
have
back end is
tools.
terrible.
to pass information on to the development team.
Mm-hmm.
So fix that, Square Enix. Sort your company out.
Yeah, and apparently they have started to like this. I don't know if this is real or if this is just people scaring other players, but they are looking for players that have used this now. Apparently, I read that they are
Mhm.
like going through logs to see if people have been using the exploit, and maybe they'll ban them.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that okay though?
They banned
Yeah.
people for the whatever it was we talked about last
Yeah,
time.
They did.
So I'm happy for them to ban them for this as well, because this is a much more major exploit than moving to Balmung.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. That's I think
true.
Nayla said it perfectly.
That's a good point.
100%.
Yeah.
So I honestly, if you get banned because you did this, I don't care.
No.
You deserve it.
Okay, so Yoshi.
I don't think you should be banned for giving it a shot in some random ass DF personally.
No.
And I
No.
don't think they're going to ban those people.
No.
If you were doing like V6 prog or V7 prog, or hell,
Yeah.
maybe you even got your V8 clear, or hell, maybe even your ultimate clear with this. Because I'll tell you, that would make ultimate a hell of a lot easier.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't care if you get banned. I'm not
No.
gonna lie, dude. Like,
Good riddance.
it's sorry. Like, that's the definition of like going against what the devs would allow. There's no way that anyone would go, well, maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
It's in the
Yeah.
game. It must be fine. Well, no, I'm sorry, dude.
Okay. So immediately, I believe they made the maintenance was like the day after it went viral, and was patched. And then Yoshi-P posted on the official forums. And this is what he said. This is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV. Allow me to provide updates on the current situation here. There is various other information on external websites that is causing confusion, but it was in fact last night, Japanese time, that the development team, myself included, learned of this bug, in the same way as many others did. Regardless of how and why, at the same time as confirming the truth of what is written on other websites, we consider this a highly urgent bug and made preparations to fix it promptly. That was what the emergency maintenance earlier was for. Apologies that the information as to why was delayed. The bug has been fixed and the action is no longer usable in content other than what it's meant for. We are currently continuing to communicate with the NA and EU teams as there is an issue with time difference, but are proceeding accordingly to confirm the below points. Whether or not the comment written on the external website reporting that it was reported to the GM team 4 months ago is true or not,
Someone's in trouble.
someone's in deep trouble. If it was, then why was the issue not reported accordingly back then? Still in some real deep shit here. Identify the amount of characters that are assumed to have intentionally used this action for incorrect means. You're also in deep shit, by the way.
Yep.
The bugs that have now been fixed could have been occurred accidentally by the incorrect use of a macro that had been put in place for the standard use of the action
That's what they say.
in some
Yeah.
exact conditions if they were met by chance. Therefore, we'll be careful in our decision as to who used it deliberately. Which I guess confirms that they are planning to ban people for this.
That's fair enough.
In order for the research into this to be done, keeping in mind the issues of time difference, we ask for your time and patience on this. We will be in touch upon gathering and summing up the necessary information, including what needs to be done going forward to prevent this issue occurring again. We sincerely apologize for this bug and the time taken to fix it. Thank you for your patience until we send the next notification on this matter.
So he's got a point in the fact that it happening accidentally could be the cause of how you would discover such a
Oh,
bug.
yeah.
Does not at all justify why it would be used. I'm sure there is 1 or 2 people out there that have a macro for squadrons that uses Ungarmax. I'm sure
But
that's
why?
a thing.
Oh, it's...
But why?
Oh yeah, if you have like text, but why would you have
Right.
text if it's only you
I
and
don't
an
know.
NPC?
Someone will
There's
have
probably
had
some guy
that.
who's like, with the power of us combined,
Oh
we will strike down our enemies.
By the power of Grayskull.
And gain
God.
further strength in our battles to come. / AC Ungarmax.
Oh.
That's probably the macro that existed.
Okay, I'll
And then
say
he
this.
accidentally hit it in Rabanasta, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it worked." But then if he went on to do it 17 more times, he's clearly abusing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a stupid excuse to say, like, there's so many people out there, guys, that might have accidentally used it with their macros that are so commonly. It's like, no,
Yeah.
people were just fucking around and they wanted to see what happened. Like, that's
Yeah.
the only excuse.
Okay. So that's
I think
the
the
end.
banning thing's a little BS. I
Why?
don't know about that.
I do want to point out there has been. Oh, go ahead, Roll.
Well, because like, they were take actions against these players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they use an exploit that's been in there for months. What is it, like 4 months at this point, right?
Yeah.
But were the actions against people like botting and all like PvP botting? Like the response to this? Okay, sure. Give me the response to bots too, which I think is more like detrimental to your FF14 experience,
Mhm.
especially like
Yeah.
PvP.
I agree, but
Yeah.
the dev team probably don't even know about it because they haven't been told.
We're the only
okay.
bot-free MMO.
Yeah. Wow, we're so good.
Totally.
No one's even botting in our game. And then they look at the dev log, the GM logs.
We're all just like sweating. They're like, oh no, there's so many bots, I can't handle it.
But it's like if that was true, sure, work on their communications backend because that's really shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case because didn't Yoshi-P himself like see
Yeah.
bots and be like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and it's
Speed
like,
on.
Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, that's his
He
response.
watched a
literal
Black Mage
response.
speed hack
Yeah.
and was like, the same guy got caught like 2 months later doing it again. The speed
Yeah.
hack has never been ever.
I
The
wish
speed
they
hack has
were
never
more-
been fixed.
I wish they were more harsh on the bot banning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
like
Maybe
if they're
people
gonna
They
be
were more
it.
public on it as well. They need to be more public.
if they're gonna be severe with these people who did like an exploit, which I mean it sucks if you kind of do it and you really shouldn't. But does it really affect your PvE experience that
Yeah, well,
much?
yeah, that's true.
And but the bot people are just
The implications
they're
that they
there?
the stuff that they cause is more severe because they
'Cause that's economy, and that
yeah, the
takes ages to
economy is
recover.
it fucked up because of it.
But
Well,
then the
PvP
Square
is
Enix
fucked
have
up. It's unplayable almost sometimes because of it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Square Enix have shown that they don't care about the economy insofar as the Palace of the Dead loot boxes destroying it anyway. So
Mm,
you know they don't
sure.
care.
Mm.
I'm just
Um,
saying, if they're going to be rough with these guys, be rough with the people who
Yeah,
deserve it. Too,
I
who are
agree.
doing much worse.
They've been.
I do think it's
yeah,
kind of funny that the oversight actually has nothing to do with the actions. Like, it has nothing to do with Ungarmax itself. It's just the fact that they forgot to put a check in.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously by now everybody knows that there's other things that happened with that did not get fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Warp being the one that everyone's aware of still.
Yeah.
They should probably fix that. Probably.
Are they aware of that yet?
Like, they have to. If they're not aware of that at this point in time, I have no hope left in humanity.
I don't
Like,
know.
there is no way that they went, oh shit, we had a problem, we didn't know about that. Hey, is there anything else anybody knows about? Everybody just went.
Could we like get a
Do we
personal?
tell him? Like,
Could we get like a personal line with Yoshi-P, like a big red phone? We can call him
Oh,
ourselves.
that would be nice.
Like, hey, Yoshi-P, I know your back end kind of sucks, but we got us. Maybe take care of other stuff too.
Yeah.
Also ban this one player I don't like. Thanks.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, I
Ban Rolodes.
Dez.
Rolo
sorry.
Dez. Get it right. S is a Z, or as you say, Z.
Zed. Thank you.
This is not the post show.
So sorry.
Okay, let's move on. We got some new information on Eureka and Hildebrand. We're not going to talk about Hildebrand.
Yes.
Don't really care. I'm sorry.
There's a guy with a mustache. Right?
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's funny. That's what we have to say on that. But something was confirmed. I think
Yes.
more or less confirmed
More
that
or
this
less.
is Isle of Val.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt.
You're right.
The text reads, deep in the glass ocean, the great expanse of the Far East, lies an island recorded on no navigational charts. An island that seemingly appeared one day. An island that should not be. Recognizing its potential,
maybe?
Recognizing its potential as a trading post, the brave and ambitious ventured forth to explore and claim it, only to discover an untamed land teeming with strange, monstrous beasts. Yeah, this is Isle of Val. Now there's no
Wait,
doubt in
isn't
my
it?
mind that it isn't Isle of Val. Like Kryl talking about like the shit
Yeah.
that happened, and then she being on the island.
So do you think it warped? Do you think it teleported? Or do you think it
Yes.
sunk and rose somewhere else?
I think I would think it was
Do we
teleported.
It has to
Remember-
teleport, right? Because wasn't there like a whirlpool left over or something?
Yeah,
Who
I'm
got
trying
rid
to
of it?
remember. Like, I remember the cutscene where like they say that the island is missing.
And there was
Yeah.
there was like a whirlpool or like a,
yeah.
a thing left in its place, right? I believe that's
Yeah.
still on the Eorzean map, right? There's a whirlpool where the Isle of Val is. I could be wrong, but I think that's the thing.
I'm bringing out the map.
Here we go.
Here we go.
1 sec.
1 sec. I just need to bring out the. Where should it be? Is it on the old or the new map?
It would be by Old Charlayan. It's up there, I believe.
Yeah. There.
On that
Well, there
island
is a
change.
whirlpool there, but I don't know if it's
I believe that's where
related.
I believe that's where the Isle of Val
Oh
was.
shit. Let's see.
I could be wrong.
There is. Let's see. Old Charlian is here.
The nice cloth map too.
There. Yeah. There's a whirlpool there.
So that's where I was led to think that Isle of Val is. I could be
There are
entirely
3 whirlpools around
There
there.
are
though.
3. There are 3.
Hmm.
But
I thought Val was much closer to
There's
where
there's one further down
Charlene is.
by like a lot of. This is
Well, that's by Old
very-
Charlayan, don't forget.
There we go. There's one.
I
there
thought it
as
was
well.
closer
No,
to
it
New
says
Charlene,
Isle
though.
of Val there.
Oh,
It does.
No,
it
it's-
does right there.
No, it says Isle of Varus.
No, that
Varus. Mars. Bar.
It's not Isle of Val. It's
not
Isle
Val,
of
no.
but there are lots of Isle. Whatever. Why?
So I think that's I think
welcome,
that's
audio
my
listeners.
working theory at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it like the Isle of Val just teleported
And then
or something? Like they were
The
doing an
glass
experiment?
ocean. That's that one in the bottom right, isn't it?
Mhm. I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yeah. Get it back.
No, I can't do it. We can't do it. Our audio listeners are gonna be furious.
But yeah, I can't remember why it disappeared. I can't remember if it was ASEAN related or if
they
it
don't
was.
know.
No,
We
they
have-
just
we never knew.
disappeared.
They just they had contact with a bunch of people and then they didn't.
Yeah.
And if it did disappear, why did it suddenly reappear with loads of monsters on it instead of like whoever was left on the island when it disappeared?
That's why that's why it had to have teleported, right? Because everything on it was.
But then it's got the castle in it with
But
the
the
water
shit
around
got-
it. They must have warded the
Yeah,
castle. and...
don't you think it just sank? Because remember when the first time we saw it, I thought
That's what
thing
I
looks like
thought.
seaweed. Like the trees look like seaweed shit and stuff. So it could have, and that could have destroyed the structures around. It could explain why the aetheryte is missing parts because the water flushed it away. Like,
I mean, I don't know if you know, islands aren't floating. They are connected to like the earth.
mm-hmm.
Islands aren't just these wobbly things floating around on the water. They can't sink.
Yeah, true.
Great Britain can't sink, so I don't think it can work. And wow, okay.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Yeah, but
you.
look how much you explained.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it can't have sank because it's an island and it could have eroded, but it couldn't have just sank. So it has to have been moved.
Yeah, but it's like it could have been like the Atlantis, which we all know is real.
Totally.
I mean,
is that
there?
I mean, it could have been like some islands can be
that
like,
guy's magic school.
Some islands can be like attached, like far on this. Like it's hard to explain, but like they can have like a very. I'm not going to explain it. It can happen. It can like imagine if it was an island was on like a big pedestal and the pedestal broke and the top layer fell down. That happens to some islands. I've seen it in documentaries, though they're very tiny.
I personally don't think that is what happened here. I think it's probably more of a warp.
But
I
warp.
think it must
So
have-
they used the
Spells.
exploit. That's where the exploit is from. Someone they used.
Warp.
What is happening?
You know what it was? Too
Oh
many
my
people
God.
used warp. Too many people used warp at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
And it just chained to the whole island. I don't believe it sunk. Personally, I think it may have just teleported. You gotta stop, man.
Yeah. Well, our audio. You have to remember the audio listeners.
I love you, audio listeners. You're
Yeah,
the
I
best.
love you
love
too.
it. Yeah.
Yo,
Cheers,
isn't
guys.
this great? We're in for audio listeners. We're like very intimate. Like we're in their ear. So I'm gonna give you.
That's true. Mm.
I'm gonna
Give
you
a smooch.
Here's a little. This is.
Howdy, y'all.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, that was just for the audio listeners. Okay,
That
let's
was a
return.
little bit of audio ASMR for you guys.
So
I'm
Eureka,
pretty sure they messed. I'm pretty
What?
sure they were messing around with some sort of magic they probably shouldn't have been messing around
they
with.
knew shit was
and
happening
they-
though because they warded off the structure in the that we know with the shield. So someone had a last ditch effort, I think, to seal
mean,
off that because that's also not broken. Everything is
But-
intact on that castle.
Let's also consider that Charlayans tend to be very proactive.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
look at places like the anti-tower. Look how many defense mechanisms were just built into the anti.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
all about it. Google Library, so many defense
So
mechanisms.
why didn't
So
they?
Wouldn't,
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me that they had built a castle and then added wards in case something bad happened. Right? That wouldn't
So
surprise me personally.
If that's the case, then the question is, what happened to force them to have to make the island move? If that's something they did actively,
Mhm.
I don't think they did it on purpose.
you think it was an accident,
I
or
think
you
it
think
was
it
an
was someone else? You think it was an accident?
Yeah.
Whoops.
The
think
thing
it
is,
fucked
though,
up.
if they just warped and just reappeared, why is everything broken?
And why is it
Wise.
in the glass sea?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I assume it wasn't a good warp. I assume it was not like, whoop, and they're here and everyone's fine, because then they would have just been like, "Hey guys, we're over here now." You know, send some
A lot
letters
of-
or whatever.
But then there are things like
lot.
trees and stuff. Like there's lots of stuff that wouldn't make sense if an island was just like ripped apart in space
Maybe.
time.
Along with the teleport, it was also a time travel deal where it's like
What?
they teleport, but they also warp through time at the
Sure.
same time.
I actually get what he's
So-
saying. It could be.
And so, like, but by the time it reappears, everyone's already dead and gone, or something's happened,
Sure.
and so like nature has taken over already,
Oh.
and there's monsters and such.
Mhm.
If-
And I know it's a wild theory, but
I mean,
That
I
is
guess-
wild, yeah. That's very
no,
wild.
it's
No,
it has to be a wild theory because it's weird. An
Yeah.
island disappeared and reappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people in chat are mentioning Unkrepf, and he made his arc teleport.
Mhm.
And I suppose technically he was the original founder of Charlian,
Yeah.
and so this could be some Charlian guy going.
I mean,
But-
look at other Charlay magic, like what happens to many of the scions at 2.55s. Well, a few of them are like, I'm gonna use this old Charlayan spell that no one's supposed to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It basically puts you in the life stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's where
And,
everybody is.
you
Maybe
know-
everyone's in life stream. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Louis Swart just going mental, summoning the 12 with his
Mhm.
magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they could,
Um,
but why wouldn't it? It doesn't make sense though. Why would they just randomly make their island teleport?
Yeah, but
It-
again, it makes sense if you think about like they were testing shit out.
I think they were messing with space and time
Yeah.
in general. Like they were just researching space and time,
Yeah.
and they just fucked up.
You have to
and
can't
made a
forget you.
black
You have
hole
to
or some shit,
remember
I don't
how
know.
advanced they are. Like they know
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah, but they should start sharing it,
And
shouldn't they?
weren't they like students? No, that was Beldes.
They were.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, so
They
there
were.
were
Correct, yes.
students there. So
Okay,
what do
so
students do? They
it
do
was a
shit.
university experiment.
What if it was?
I
They all got
I
drunk one
genuinely
night.
think that's what it is. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
They
They
turn
got-
on the Hadron Collider, and then this happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Downfall of the whole world, right?
Yeah, the Eorzean version of hey, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And maybe, yeah, because that now it's very elemental based, this Eureka part, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it could be
They
some
smashed
like
ether together.
Yeah, some ether. They tried to combine ether, and it turned into space ether. And they teleported.
I feel
believe
like
that.
I feel like I've mentioned this before, but there's no connection between this and Final Fantasy III Eureka.
Yeah, dude, did you read the article?
There's-
Oh,
Someone
no,
wrote an
more
article. Was it
people trying to-
Kotaku? I think it was Kotaku.
People got to
actually.
stop. It's
I
not
think
the
it
same
was
thing.
IGN.
They were like, was it IGN? One of them, one of the big ones.
It's-
That probably
IGN,
IGN
they
because they have
usually get it
just they
wrong.
don't care. They don't read
They don't
anything
care.
anymore.
They don't know.
But they said that it was like we're getting a Final Fantasy 3 world, another one. And people were like in the
It
comments,
just-
fan service. Oh, I was like,
It's like literally Yoshida literally at many fan fest. Like, guys, they're completely separate. They share name only.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not connected. Why would it be in the middle of the ocean at all? If it's Eureka, then we'd be in a different dimension somewhere underneath the Crystal Tower. It's not the same thing.
I just want to say,
Uh,
yeah.
We're not going to be getting like the Dragon's Whip or whatever the hell, all these special weapons. They could be our relics. Our relics could be tied to those for sure, but it's
Mhm.
not going to be like we go fight a super boss and there's a thing on a pedestal there. Like it's not 3,
Yeah.
you know?
Just a name only, like
It's
materia.
just right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong.
I have to say that because I think I shared it with you guys, the IGN article where they talked about patch
Yeah.
4.2, and they like literally in the first line it said that 4.2 was the first DLC,
Yeah.
and then it went on and it mentioned it as the first expansion. Like it said patch 4.2 is the first DLC, blah 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 blah, and in this first expansion, it's like, what? Can you at least decide on one of them? You fucking troll.
I'll say
The
at least
height of video game journalism in 2018.
Yeah,
guys.
it's bad. It's
What's a
bad.
expansion pack? Oh, expansion pack. I don't know what that is. How you
at
play
least
the game? What controller? I don't know what controller is.
Oh,
the guy who
IGN.
writes for FF14 or Kotaku, at least he plays the game. I can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, he's
The
the one
person who writes for
Yeah.
14 on IGN, they're just given the assignment. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Cuphead tutorial too hard. Play game for me. Fucking
Um,
idiots.
Okay, but we have a release date for patch 4.25, March 13th.
Hooray.
You're welcome. Guys.
Yeah,
did nail it.
Smiella nailed that one.
Nail it.
previous
10 out of
episode.
10 guess.
Mhm.
So that's something to look forward to. Okay. That's all we had. Oh, there's a MogMail.
Ah,
I forgot to put it in the show
Yeah.
notes, so you're
Good.
welcome with that. I don't even have it for the overlay.
Brilliant.
So, but we do have the intro, so I'll run the
Sure.
intro if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Everyone check your
'cause I
mail.
like
Make sure,
I
make
like
sure
the
to have
flow.
Final Fantasy 14 open, guys.
Okay, here we go. Also, to our hosts, I know you like to talk over this one, but they can't hear you over this intro. Just so you know. Just so you know. Okay, and
Why would you tell us that we can't be heard there? That's like
Uh,
a bad thing.
I muted you, so don't worry. I made sure. I made sure because I knew. Okay. Here's a MogMail. Also, by the way, send us MogMail. speakersxiv.com/MogMail. And we'll
Mhm.
read it on air. This is from Moshe Oroner from Balmung. This is, remember we asked for sad housing stories. This is a sad housing story. Dear Speakers of Eidolon, so the tale begins back in 4.1. New housing for the first time since I started playing back in the closing days of Heavensward. I was hyped, to say the least. The day rolls around, that 4.0 arrives. 4.1 arrives. I am ready. Servers go live, I log in, game crashed. Relaunch the game, log in, game crashed. Relaunch the game, log in, players in queue 5,000.
Oh no.
Crying and vulgar language intensifies. By the time I was able to get on, it was gone. All gone. Several months later, 4.2 rolls around. New wards and Balmung open again. Now with Balmung open, it meant my partner could be on the same server as I. Wanted a house for us rather than just me this time. The servers go live, I log in, and game crashed. I couldn't believe this has happened to me again. Like Yoshi, please. I log in and run to the goblet to find a house. It was a reclaimed plot. Clicking those buttons for over an hour, in the end I gave up and went to welcome my partner to the server, and in hindsight, having my partner here is better than having a house. Much
That's
salty love,
true.
Mosh.
You just gotta remember that the game
that's
is
sweet.
better with people, no matter if you've got a house or not. So just,
I'm
Amen.
yes, I agree completely. It's good to have a friend around, so you're good there.
Yeah. It's
Sorry.
Look for
That's unfortunate.
I would just say look for an apartment for now,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, you can do
make
that.
that your own thing, and then
Yeah,
eventually
sh-
you'll be able to find something.
Can you share apartments?
Probably, and if
I
not,
don't think you can.
you can
no.
you can at least enter each other's apartment.
Yeah, you can.
Correct.
Just
That is true.
make it public. So yeah, go for that
Mm-hmm.
for now,
Okay.
Yeah.
and enjoy. Hope your partner enjoys the game.
That too,
Mhm.
of course.
Mhm.
That's all we had from MogMail. It was just one MogMail, but it was a sad story. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we wrap shit up? Should have had a great discussion topic here, but we didn't have one.
You want to come up with one on the spot? What do we got?
Sounds easy. Easy.
Let's talk about FC etiquette.
What is FC etiquette?
What?
Okay, in what?
Yeah,
how about
okay, you start.
how about some tips for managing your FC? Because
You probably shouldn't ask me.
Yeah,
You
you've got.
probably shouldn't
yeah,
ask me.
You've not got a
this?
good choice there, mate.
I'll do it. I got an FC.
Okay.
It's got people.
Help me, Rollo. How do
Are
I
they
run a
happy?
good FC?
All right. You know what? Let's talk about troublesome people in your FC. How about that? That's an easy topic.
All right, go for it. Thanks, Lady Tamara.
If you got some rowdy people in your FC, because I had a few rowdy folks that recently joined mine.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guys I met while raiding, and they weren't rubbing well with people. So I took them aside.
Are you saying
personally.
Raiders didn't get along with people?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they were a bit rough around the edges. I'll say. I won't say anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't blend well with everybody else, so I took them aside. That's what I think you should do first. Don't call them out in public for their kind of first offenses, but definitely take them aside and say, "Hey, maybe you want to change this kind of behavior, or if there's something up, we should maybe hash something out, but just don't do that again."
Yeah.
I know a tip you could give Lukiel. Don't have a master of coin.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because someone said lock the FC chest as a tip. Have I? Okay, let me
hey.
explain this again.
Orange was good.
No, he was not. Okay.
Except for the time when he
I'm
stole
gonna call
from
out
us.
Orange. So we actually went through a restructuring of our FC once because our FC was literally like it was just falling apart. So we implemented like a structure, a leader structure, and the thing that I think every free company struggles with is how to deal with the FC coffers, like who can access the chest and the money more specifically. So we thought, okay, I of course have access all the time, but sometimes I'm not available and someone else might need to take care of the money. So we thought we'll make one rank for that, Master of Coin. So to pick that, you have to take someone you trust. So at this point, I think Orange was on the podcast. Orange was, I was playing with podcast with Orange every day. So I thought Orange can be Master of Coin.
You should have known. You should have known. I like can't even blame you.
But
I
What did
can't-
Orange do?
So for a long time things were fine. I didn't even check it didn't even occur to me that I had to check the chest every now and then to see if things were all right. And then one day I check I can't remember why. I think it was, I don't know, it was just, I just checked. No, I was doing airship shit. And I was putting things in and out, and I felt like something was missing, so I was just going to check the history tab to see if I'd already taken stuff out. There was a 5 million gil withdrawal a couple of days earlier from Orange Caramel.
You only found out because,
And that's when the warning bell started going, like, oh shit, how long has this been going? And I'm like, Orange, there's 5 million gil missing. And it's like, yeah, I bought a house.
What?
And I'm like, you took money from your free company and bought yourself a house. And then he bought the house and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna furnish it and all. Didn't touch the house. When he left the game, the house was just an empty shell. He just on impulse, he ran to the FC chest, stole 5 million gil, and bought a house. And he's like, I'll pay you back. But I'm like, you didn't even... You're not supposed to take money like that. But yeah, so that no one is ever going to get that role rank ever again.
He was on the podcast. What the fuck happened?
Our FC was in some weird drama shit at that point. And,
okay.
That was...
okay.
I mean, it wasn't even... He gave us it back, though.
He did give it back eventually
even-
when he
okay.
decided to not play the game anymore, because then he didn't need the money, so he started paying it back. But yeah,
Remember, he was allowed to give out loans.
But the
How much
funny,
were they, $1 million?
No, he could not. Yeah, he could lend out to other members, but not himself. The rules did specify that he could not take
because then
any
there's nobody to
loans.
keep track
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, it was fucked. It was funny though, because in the log he had first removed 5 million gil, then deposited them right away because he probably got cold feet, and then a couple of days later he did it again, and then he didn't put it back in.
Orange, what the...
Yeah.
That's not what a treasurer is supposed to do.
He tainted that decision hardcore.
Oh my god.
You went treasure. Yes, somebody who uses treasure.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, I understand. I get it. I understand my position.
Yeah. So
I'm supposed to use treasure to buy
I'm sorry,
things.
Orange, for exposing you like this, but it's been
Can
so
I
long.
just say,
Yeah.
I don't think any free company has had as much work put into it as R1, and yet been so
It's weird, isn't it?
unutilized.
Yeah. We had like this. I think we're an example of how you don't do it.
Yeah.
We had like, because we were in like a weird place where this was around the time where we did all this, where we made Orange the master of coin and shit. Our FC was like so dead that you couldn't even, like, if you talked into the FC chat, if you used the FC chat, it was like talking to just air. You would never get a response. So we stopped talking. Everything was dead. We're like, okay, restructuring time. So we like got it fixed up the website. We got, I think that's when the Discord channel sort of came. Well, the Discord channel came before, but we didn't like promote it before until, because we still used like, we were in like both TeamSpeak and we were on Mumble for a while. And then like all the platforms were on at once. It was
Mumble was good.
Mumble was,
It's okay.
we were on it for like a week, I think. And then we switched to Discord. Yeah, then we had like all this structure. We even had like this council thing that we had where we're like, we're not allowed to make decisions unless the council is called.
It's the most Nikhil thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it is the
But
most Nikhil thing.
it's such a good idea, though. But it just never worked.
It was to like make people feel more like they have more.
You wanted a
to
Congress,
say,
basically.
yeah, in the FC, like, because otherwise it's just like me in the distance saying, "We're doing this." And they're like, okay, we're doing this. And then they like, maybe they show up, maybe not. But if they're like, the council, like they can attend and they can talk.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you have to like enforce it too, which we never
People have
did.
to show up to Parliament, you know?
We had one meeting where all the officers had one meeting. That was the only one we've ever done.
That was more than I had my old FC.
We don't even
We
use
tried
our
the same
ranks.
exact thing.
Yeah. We tried because that was the main thing, wasn't it? Because we wanted to use the ranking system too, so people can actually climb the ranks. Because that's what they're for.
My FC is totally different. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, but we kind of wanted a social one where like
mine is very social.
Yeah, ours is social too, but it doesn't. But it's like we're not doing anything. Like it's like
I just own and run everything.
Yeah, you're living.
Isn't it just you and one other person in your FC?
No. My FC is like 25 people.
Oh my! Oh my! Yeah. So it's fucked. It's fucked to this day. We still have the same structure. It's just standing empty. Like the council is empty. Everything is empty. Everything is just standing by forever because
the room is depressing.
It is depressing.
the parliament room is depressing.
Yeah.
It's like there's no one here.
There's no one here. There's never ever been anyone there.
There was once in the old one.
No, well, yeah, but not in the new one.
But in the new one, I was like, do I even build the council chamber? Do I even bother?
Totally come to it. Lukiel, I will come to your council meeting if it means that much to you. I will come. Okay, I'll show up.
You're only like the lowest rank.
You're not even an but he's allowed to watch. There are benches.
I'm an officer.
You can watch, man.
He's an officer.
I'm in like the second. I'm in the same rank as Mela.
Are you? Are you a superior?
Yes, I am. Absolutely, I am.
Are you? Really?
Yes.
Oh, I made you superior. I'm a very nice man.
I'm actually not allowed. Excuse me, Mela.
You shouldn't have said that on air because that's supposed to be run through the council.
Well, I'm in the council, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you are now.
I'm still the lowest rank, and I'm like the most active player. What the fuck?
Yeah, but you deserve that.
You can send in your application to the council, and the council will deliberate, and we will come to a conclusion.
You know what this is? This is nepotism.
I will call the council.
Yes, is your crony, and you just put him in place. But me, I have to go through a system.
Of course you do.
Yeah, it's the law.
Villains get extra, villains just get benefits sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Should have thought about that before you started shitting on beans on toast and tea.
Yeah, even like beans on toast.
No, I don't really.
The council will decide. The
council will decide. I will issue a summon. I will summon the council soon. We should just do that like one day. Just can we? And then everyone won't know. So we'll remain, and that will lock him in place. He will never get a.
Just permanently locked in the doo-doo rank forever.
Doo-doo rank.
Dude, oh
literally
yeah,
trash.
I forgot.
The only person that should be in the doo-doo rank.
Dude, I forgot to tell you about the aftermath of Orange's betrayal because it got heated. Because Orange betrayed our trust so much, we created a new rank that was below the default one called Literal Trash, and it had no rights. He couldn't even enter the house. So I deleted it like the other day, but it was just for Orange, and he was literal trash until his last day in 14.
Yeah.
He couldn't even go in the house?
No.
Nope.
So he was like, can you please remove this? I need to repair my gear. I'm like, go to Limsa. Go repair in Limsa. Or go get a retainer for your house that you bought with our money.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Buy a mender for your own house, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got any other?
That's why I said I'm in the doo-doo rank, technically. I'm the doo-doo elfman.
Yeah.
Any other funny FC stories?
I know what we fucking forgot. Minimum eye level.
What? Oh, right. Okay.
I thought we were padding out time until it.
No, we're doing it short.
Yeah.
It's a very short one, so we can watch it.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were like, do we have anything
minimum eye level, we did Snowcloak. It was terrible. It was a terrible time. It was a terrible video. It's the worst thing we've ever done. I'm sorry that you have to watch this, but you have to watch this because that's the show. So here's minimum eye level, and we'll be back, and we'll pull a new dungeon after this. Okay,
thank you.
Did it.
So that was minimum eye level, Snowcloak. Let's pull a new one.
Wait.
I'm gonna go with what am I gonna go with? I'm gonna go with Halatali Hard. Have we done that before?
No, but we've done
Halatali Hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for Brayflux Hard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
because
one.
it's my favorite.
That's gonna be.
I'm betting on the
video.
vault today.
Oh,
still betting on the vault.
Good one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Oren Vale.
No.
I have this feeling that if I say Ormvale, we're not gonna get it. You see?
It's true.
But now that I
Yeah,
said
but one time we
Yeah, but now
will.
that you said that, you undid it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've
exactly.
just unjinxed the
undone it.
jinx.
And it's Ormvale. What's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm gonna.
I'd like to announce my retirement from the Speakers channel.
Oh, the vault!
The vault!
Rollo!
I
Congratulations,
did it.
you win.
That'll be fun. That'll
Yeah,
be fun,
that's a good
actually.
The vault's fun. It's challenging.
You win a
It is, actually.
used kidney stone. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, can't wait to eat it. I'm so hungry.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's like a jawbreaker, right?
Yeah, just
Aw.
I love like chewing up like the top layer of it, like just getting the powdery substance off. Okay.
Mhm.
Slurp it. Okay. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Speakers of Eidolon. Remember to follow us on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, Facebook.com/speaker. You all know that Facebook, it's a dying horse. I haven't posted an update on
It's already dead. It's just not. Its heart is still beating, technically.
It's remnants of a social media account. And
Oh my god, new series
that's the
coming.
new series. That one just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Nailed it.
And you can follow us, of course, and subscribe on youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. You can follow us, and you can even subscribe there on twitch.tv/SpeakersOfEidolon. ! Discord if you're watching live in chat, and if you're watching it on demand, link is in the description. We have a meme channel there now on Discord for some spicy.
I posted a
goodies.
Yoshi.
There are not enough
Yes.
surreal memes on there. I need to
Yeah, more
get
There's
surreal
not any,
memes,
we need more
guys.
surreal. So if
Yeah.
you got good surreal memes, please come to our Discord and share
that's
them
our
with us.
shit. Yeah, do that.
If,
Yeah,
if
nice.
you can paste pictures of Kirby's ass, you know that one picture, I really
We'll
like
just-
it.
I just DM those to Rolo.
Yeah, that too.
Those are of high import. So
Okay.
just send them right to Rolo.
If you're watching this live, you might want to, if you're watching it on YouTube specifically, you might want to jump on over to Twitch because that's where the post show is starting. We're going to talk about Gridania in the lore segment today, so you don't want to miss that. We'll see you soon. And if you're not following us into the post show, we'll be back next week, same time, same place.
Send us MogMail.
Send us MogMail.
MogMail.
SpeakersXIV.com/MogMail to have your MogMail read out loud on stream. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.